I've never had an offer that has been this well received. And by the way, it's not cheap. Okay, it's a lot of money. All right, it's 5 figures plus. All right, so the reason why we're able to pull that off, and every single customer is 100% satisfied, is because we had so much help. And the help we had was not just my team that was able to fly in, but it was the AI team that each person has and each person will have even after the event is over. And so if you would like to see how that all played out, here's what one of my team members did.
This is Secrets for Success.
Welcome to the Secrets for Success podcast. I'm your host, Greg Todd. Thank you as always for joining me. Okay, so I want to share with you all what we as a team here at Smart Success Healthcare have been up to. I recently came back from Blue Ridge, Georgia, and just worked with 15 businesses. There was 19 total clients there because there were a few business partners. But this has been pretty epic. And it is the third wave, actually the fourth wave of businesses that we have worked with over the last 45 days. I'm going to call this episode the Largo experiment because a lot of this started at our new place in Skyview, where we brought in clients that were a part of our Platinum Mastermind program and our Inner Circle. And we basically helped them build out different components of their business and do things that would typically take them 3 to 6 months, and we're able to do it in less than 3 days. And so I'm going to call this episode the Largo experiment. I'm going to tell you all what has just happened in not just Smart Success Healthcare, the business, but for 48 customers. And it is mind-blowing. And I really want you all to really understand that we live in different times, you guys. We live in a time where we have access to technology that can basically be the equivalent of having 10 to 20 staff members that are working on your behalf and working to be able to get the message out of what it is that you do for people and how you can help people. And you guys have heard me talk about this in many, many, many episodes before, but the biggest issue for the majority of you is not if you can help people. The biggest issue for the majority of you is people have no clue you even exist. They have no clue. And the reason why they have no clue is because you either A, don't have enough content out there on the platforms where people can find that you actually exist, or B, there's some of you that are just downright scared of putting anything out there at all. And in both cases, you will not win. Like, there's no hope for you. You might as well end it right now. Don't put another penny to your business. Don't put another penny to coaching. If you can't do that and you're not willing to figure out, well, how can I do that? Then this is not going to be for you. It is in your best interest to get a regular job as a healthcare provider. Okay. And if you're like, but I can't make enough money. Well, you're going to have to figure out how to live with Auntie Peggy. Okay. Or you're going to have to figure out, you got to figure out something else. You're going to have to live with somebody. You're going to have to do something different. You might have to move to, you might have to move to Nebraska and move somewhere in Nebraska. And by the way, shout out to all the people in Nebraska. I'm just saying, I'm assuming Nebraska is a little bit cheaper than California or Florida, but you can't live here because you ain't about that life. So you got to figure it out. Okay. And that's what it's going to take. Now, I know there's quite a bit of you that's like, look, I would do it if I had the time. That's who I want to listen to the rest of this episode, because I'm going to kind of tell you, like, this is what we were able to do with these clients to help them with basically collapsing their business of what it would take them months to do. And most of them even admitted they would never have done any of this to begin with because it's too overwhelming. And we're able to do it in a matter of days. So basically, here was the Largo experiment that ended up being the Blue Ridge experiment as well. Okay, the first 2 ways we took 22 clients through, okay, in Largo. And basically, this is what we did with them, all right? We were prior to them coming to Largo, okay, which is in Clearwater, Florida, we were able to build them 5 full-time assistants on their team using AI. So here's what we did. What we did is we said, what are the main things that our clients need help with? Okay. Number one is audience. Like they've got to be able to figure out, do they have an audience that actually needs what it is that they can offer to the marketplace? So we built them out one assistant that was designed to be able to help them with researching their audience, to make sure that their audience was passionate about the problem that they had, that it was clearly identified what problems they actually wanted solved, that they would be willing to pay to have that problem solved, who were all the other competition and go-to people in the marketplace, and how we can differentiate ourselves from them, and what platforms, where does the audience actually have water cooler talk, okay? So we built one assistant that's all they did. They basically understood our audience because they are pulling from everywhere on the internet, this audience, whatever audience it is that each of our clients have, and that's their job, so that we can always be known as the best in our industry. Because it's not about what we know, it's not about how many years of experience we have, it's about what we know about the audience. And so we built out one employee that's all they do. They just research for us. If you aren't researching for your audience, you already are going to lose, because it's all about who knows the audience the best. It's not about how great you are. It's about who knows the audience the best. And when you know the audience the best, you're able to communicate with them better than anybody else, and you're able to find them more, and you win by default. So just having that for our clients, that one assistant was a game changer. We use that for all the clients that are still struggling with understanding who is the audience that they should be serving. So that's number one. Number two is we took everything about our clients. We took their business, everything that they're about, their brand, their tone, what they stand for, what they don't stand for. And as we were creating these assistants for not just the research, we created these assistants for their social media. We created these assistants understanding who the audience was, who your business is kind of based on. And then we gave each assistant certain job descriptions and qualities. So besides the marketing research assistant, we created 4 more. We created an assistant that works full-time on just email strategy. How to send out messages to your audience that's going to get conversions, which is sales. We created one assistant that all they do is copy. Copy is writing messages that move the masses. Okay, so writing text, writing emails, writing social media posts, writing carousels, all the different things that are going to move the audience. That's what this copywriter does, okay? We created one that's just for social media, okay? Where what they do is they create engaging social media posts, and they give engaging comments on social media posts, so that it can really just collapse our time with how much time we're spending on social media, but understanding that we need to have ways to continue to engage with our audience, okay? And then we created a webinar / workshop-based assistant, meaning that this assistant helps us with online speeches, online workshops, offline workshops. This assistant helps us with everything we need to say in a way that Greg Todd trained the assistant in order to be able to get great conversions on any of the events that we do. So that's what we're able to do for them. But we created it in their brand image, how they want to speak, what makes sense for them, what their values are, what their beliefs are, but in my framework, okay, of how I do these different types of content and different events that actually get high levels of conversion. And so what we were able to do is, once we did all the research, we were able to help our clients start to identify these are the problems. Okay, what type of social media posts do we need to do? What type of emails should we send out? What type of text should we send out? What are the things that is going to help to attract new people? What's the things that's going to get the existing people that are in our world to trust us more? What are the types of events that we can create so that people can gain more respect and authority for us and have more trust with us, so that they would be ready to actually buy something from us? How can we create really, really good offers for our audience? What are things that our audience would potentially buy? what is a direction that we should go in with our offers? Okay, now that we created a paid offer, what's something we can give our audience before they actually pay us, where they can pay us with their attention before they pay us with their pocketbook? These are things that we did with these 5 employees, and everyone had their own unique employees, and they were able to create amazing, amazing, amazing content, and they were able to create amazing offerings that people will take them up on. Guys, that's what we did. And we were able to do that in 3 days. And the only reason why we're able to do that is because of AI. But you must use AI in a way to where it mimics you, not mimics some other brand or some other image. And that's what we did. So I don't want to spend any more time with this, but I can tell you right now, I have been working with clients in the online space since 2016. That's when we started SSPT, March 29, 2016. I've had nearly 4,000, it's like 4,700, I don't know, it's some really god-awful amount now, okay, of people actually pay me for one of my services. It could have been live events, courses, my planners, masterminds, like everything in between, okay? I've never had an offer that has been this well received. And by the way, it's not cheap. Okay, it's a lot of money. All right, it's 5 figures plus. All right, so the reason why we're able to pull that off, and every single customer is 100% satisfied, is because we had so much help, and the help we had was not just my team that was able to fly in, but it was the AI team that each person has, and each person will have even after the event is over. And so, if you would like to see how that all played out, here's what one of my team members did. They actually gave a breakdown, 6 lessons of us doing the different things that we did for clients. Now, obviously, we're not going to be able to help you in particular, but like he did Loom videos showing, okay, this is what we did here, this is what we did here. And I've had people go through this. I think 185 people have gone through the lessons so far this week. And people have said, I have built out lead magnets. I've done this, I've done that. Greg, thank you so much. Well, just to let you know, I didn't do it, okay? I know it's my name, but it's my team that put this together for you guys. But it's mind-blowing on what is available to you all today. And so for those of you that are like, man, I really know I need people on my team, but I just don't have the money, or I just don't have the time to train people, guys, please go through this. So here's what I would like for you to do. Take my number down, okay? This is my business number. It's 813-534-6453. I want you to text me AI team to 813-534-6453. I'll give you a link. You don't have to even opt in. I'll just give you a link to clicking on it. You can go in it and you can watch all 6 of the lessons. They're just like emails, and not emails, but they're like pages, and it breaks down everything. Click in the middle of it. You'll see the Loom videos. Go through it, follow it, and I tell you right now, you'll be able to get so much stuff done in a very short period of time, okay? If you want us to build these out for you, I think on lesson number 6, there is a way for my team to actually custom build out the AI stuff for you. If you don't want to do that, that's fine, but that's what we did for our clients. So obviously there's a fee to that, but I think this is pretty powerful. Guys, I want you to know this, and I truly believe that in the next 24 to 72 months, maybe even, I don't know, maybe even less than that. But I really believe that we're going to have our first $1 billion one-person company. I never thought I would say that before, but I think it's going to happen. What AI is doing for people is it's allowing them to do the thing that most of you don't want to do. You don't want to put yourself out there all the time. AI can do it for you. You don't really even have good quality in the stuff that you are putting out there. It's because you don't know your audience as good as you think you know them. You might know them once they become a patient, but you don't know where they're at and what they're struggling with before they become a patient. AI can help you with that. Some wild times. I want you guys to get access to this. So go ahead and comment AI team. You can text it to 813-534-6453. I think it'll serve you very well. Take you probably about 20, 30 minutes to go through the lessons, and you'll thank me later. So anyways, I hope that serves you guys. Love you. Till next time.